Now that we've drawn the eyes and nose, we're going to draw the mouth. Let's go back to Genesis's beautiful example of facial proportions. Remember, the bottom of the bottom lip is going to be one eye down from the nose. So we take our measurement here, which is our Post-it. Make sure you've saved this. If you didn't save it, make a new one. If we hold our Post-it up to the distance between the bottom of the nose and the bottom of the lower lip, it's about one eye down. It may be a little bit more, it depends on the person. Everybody is a little bit different. So for my person, bottom of the bottom lip is actually ending a little bit lower. So I'm gonna keep that in mind when I'm measuring the bottom of the lower lip. So I'm taking that same eye measurement, I'm lining it up with the bottom of the nose, and I'm making a mark a little bit lower than the bottom of the mouth. Like I said, it depends on the person. Some people's mouths are going to be a little bit lower than others. Some may be a little bit higher. We have our general rules of proportion, but from person to person, they do change. Okay. So this is our line for where the bottom of her lips are going to be. Also, it may help to draw your center line to make sure that things are symmetrical when you're drawing. Usually when we look at someone head on, their mouth is going to line up with the pupils. That's the center of the eye. Your person may be a little bit different though. When I draw a line up from the corners of the mouth, it is at about the center pupil on the left eye and about the center pupil on the right eye. So I'm gonna go to my drawing, draw a line straight down. This is where my mouth is going to fit, in between this space here. You can use your Post-it to measure where the lower lip should go. Everybody's lips are very, very different. With Amanda Gorman, when I look at the photograph here, her bottom lip starts at about a half eye measurement. So I'm gonna use a half eye measurement to find that midline in between the lips. Then I'm going to fold my photograph around. I'm going to draw her mouth by starting with contour lines. I do 2 dark inner corners. I draw the dark curve for the thick part of the lip in the middle. And then depending on your person, you can connect those lines with a softer line. Her mouth is closed, but it has a couple of little tiny bumps in it. I'm not just gonna make a straight across line because that's not going to look very accurate. I'm gonna try to mimic the way this line curves up and down a little bit. Capturing those little subtle changes will make your person look more realistic. So please use your observational skills. Make sure you're looking closely at the photograph that you have in front of you. Make sure you also draw the upper lip. Usually that's going to be a curve, sometimes with a little dip in the middle. Just depends on your person. And everyone has this little thing here called the philtrum. Probably on some of your photographs, this is going to be easier to see than others. In my photograph, the philtrum is not very prominent. So I'm just going to draw a little light line for where that highlight and shadow are. Spend some time copying the values of the lips. Remember, the lips have different planes. Parts of the lips are going to appear darker than others. When I'm drawing highlights, I like to sort of draw the shape of them, and then I leave that area so that I don't fill that in with shading. It helps to draw them as a little circle. As you're shading the lips, you may need to adjust that midline. You may need to go back and make it a little bit darker. If your person is wearing lip gloss or has very, very shiny lips and there's a lot of highlights, it may be easier for you to summarize that information with a couple of small spots. You don't have to capture every single detail that's in the photograph. Sometimes that's just way too difficult and not worth it. She has, it looks like, very, very shiny lip gloss on, so I'm not gonna worry about capturing every single tiny little highlight. I'm just gonna try to get some of them. It also helps to squint your eyes when you're shading your drawing, so you can see the values a little bit more clearly in your photograph. So if you're getting a little bit overwhelmed by all of the information here, squint your eyes. Usually it helps us see those changes in values a little bit better. Try to avoid having a harsh outline around your lips. That's going to make them look more flat and less realistic. Now that we have the lips, we want to find the chin. The chin is usually one eye down from the bottom of the bottom lip. Double check our photograph because everyone's face is a little bit different. So our one eye measurement. When we compare our one eye measurement to her actual face, her actual chin, it is one eye down from the bottom of the bottom lip. So I'm going to take my one eye measurement for the drawing. I'm going to hold that exactly at the bottom of the bottom lip, and I'm going to make a mark here for her chin.